we're here again. Do we need to do a recap? Like one of those TV series and do like previously on Milestones.
At the end of the last episode, we had moved back to Vancouver after Dude lost his job in the US for the final time.
Mm-hmm.
And he had decided that if he was going to lose his job, we would move back to Vancouver and he would start his own business.
No. That was some sort of random comment, thought that just kind of blurted out like, "Hey, Flo, I was really digging this newfound creative passion and interest." When I said that, it was just a joke, which you replied, "Shut up." And
I didn't reply "shut up" to that.
Oh, right. It was another time. So we moved back to Vancouver, and Deja Vu moved back into my parents' place, bless their souls, and we had to start over again. But this time, for me, it wasn't that push, that it wasn't that dire urgency to exhaust all avenues to do what I was doing in the industry, which is, in the software industry.
No, what was also different was that we weren't trying to get back to the States.
Right. I think that was just like, then.
Yeah, we had enough of that.
Yeah. But following through with my comment about starting up my own thing, my own gig, my own business, I did it with Flo's support and blessing, and I just went for it. So I went headlong into doing all this research, set up the business, and I think for my portfolio video, I used a friend's wedding video as a portfolio piece, because during that time I had potential clients, or I met up with potential clients, and I showed them on a laptop or something like that of the video. So, and I landed my first client, and then quickly realized that I need a second camera, and so Flo got roped in to be my second camera. And let me tell you, there was a bit of friction because
there was, the guy didn't offer any training, and he had very high expectations, and he just like, here, this is what I want, do it. And I didn't even get paid.
She got paid. Yeah, it's not like, hey, would you like to get paid? Come on, girl. I kind of laid on it all on the line, which is, if this didn't work, then what, right? And it was kind of a challenge out there to God, in that, okay, God, you laid all this new stuff, it just invaded my heart and my mind and my soul in terms of this passion and interest, and I'm pouring it into this business. What is it going to become, or what's going to become of it? At the same time, for us trying to pay the bills and stay afloat, it was challenging for sure. And Flo, you were pounding the pavement, trying to get plugged into work that was in your field, to leverage your education.
Yep.
With
and
your
work
MBA
experience.
and work experience, and you're coming up short.
It was just empty. It was so hard. I can't even. This was, what year was this? 2002. I think the economy was not doing so great. It was about a year after 9/11. I think, just the economy wasn't doing so great, and I'm in marketing, and when the economy is not doing well, marketing are the first to go. They're definitely not going to be hired. So I ended up taking on just some temporary office work, thinking that maybe I'll end up at some company, be able to meet some people, and hopefully land a permanent position somewhere. So during this time, I started to sense God calling me to look for positions at Christian nonprofits. And so I started looking, and under every job description, there was this little fine print that said, this position must raise your own support. And I'm like, what? What does that mean? And so as I dug a little bit further, it meant that I had to go solicit donations to support my position and to pay for my salary, which I just thought was like, what? I'm not doing that. But then at the same time, like, well, what have I got to lose? I'm just going to submit my resumes and then see what happens. So I did come across one very interesting position, which was an internet marketing position, which is what my education was in, and that was exactly what was in my field of expertise. But I never heard back from that organization, and so I continued to look for work, and I ended up taking on a position at Canon. And it being a huge corporation, I just thought, you know what, I just need my foot in the door, and then I can just move up the corporate ladder, which is my whole goal after getting my MBA. But the position was a contract position, and it wasn't a permanent position, but I was hopeful that it would turn into something more. On my first day at Canon, I received an email from that Christian nonprofit wanting to set up an interview for that internet marketing position. And I'm like, what?
Great timing.
Okay. That, my desire to stay at Canon overwhelmed my desire to follow God. I remember emailing them back and saying, you know what, I'm sorry. I just started a new job today. If things don't work out, could I contact you in the future? And they're like, sure, which was kind of odd, right? They didn't have to respond at all, for that matter. So about 8 months into my job, I started to sense God calling me to pursue that internet marketing position. You know, 8 months at Canon, I was still on contract. My boss kept promising me that, you know, they're going to hire me, they're going to hire me, they're going to hire me. And it just got to the point where I'm just like, you know, I don't think that's going to happen. It was just taking way too long. That temporary, I think it was supposed to be just 1 month, 2 months maybe, but it dragged on for 8 months, and I was starting to get impatient. But also because I was really feeling that tug on my heart that I was being called to do something else. And so I did contact that nonprofit, and they set up an interview, and I went in, and basically they kind of laid it all out, and if I was interested, I would have to apply, be interviewed again, and accept the position. So I think the thing that scared me the most about this internet marketing position was the whole raise and support business. So that kind of held me back, I think, of accepting that this was what God wanted me to do. And so I started to ask for signs. And, you know, we don't believe in coincidences, but it wasn't like I was asking for, you know, a burning bush.
I am here.
Put off thy shoes from off thy feet.
Or anything like that. I was just asking for, you know, that God would somehow affirm that this is what he wanted me to do. And he is so good. Like, he answered every single sign I asked for. And the one that sticks in my mind the most is we have this friend who used to work for a Christian nonprofit and also had to raise her own support. And I was saying to Dude, I said, you know who would be a great person to talk to? Cynthia. I could, just ask her whatever I wanted to ask her and it would be awesome. And Dude said, yeah, I think she lives in Singapore now. I'm like, what? All right. And then I just didn't think much of it until that Sunday at church. All of a sudden, I hear her voice. And her voice is very distinct because she's from Singapore. And the Singaporeans have that accent. Mm-hmm. And I knew it was her, and I whipped my head around, and there she was. It was just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that God answered my prayer again. And so we had a good chat. I don't really remember all that was said, but it was just, again, confirmation, affirmation that this was what God wanted me to do. I accepted the position, and one of the exercises we had to go through was to calculate how much our salary would be. It wasn't like a set salary. It was just kind of, based on where you live and based on the skills that you were required, how much should you raise to support your role in the organization. And so I came up with a number. At this time, I was still working at Canon. My boss finally came through with the paperwork to hire me. I was shocked to see that the offer that Canon gave me was the exact number that I was going to raise.
Down to the dollar?
Down to the dollar. It was like... And so it was... God made it really easy for me to say no to Canon and to do what I said I was going to do. Accept the position, raise my support.
I continue to hustle with the business and building out more clientele. Yeah, Flo is doing her thing at the nonprofit. I did believe fully that all those passions and those skills and those interests came from God, kind of imparting that on me. My work in the business, doing my own business, wasn't going to be forever. It was to parlay those skills into something. I just didn't know what. So I continued to do my business and built it up to a point where, I'd finally get some momentum, some traction, some sustainability, and the horizon looked good for the business. And then I got that tug on my heart. It's like, okay, fine. It's okay, maybe this business isn't forever, but maybe a couple more years or something to lay down some more success or more business that I can eke out. And the call was stronger and stronger, and finally I said, okay, fine. I said, fine, God, I will look into this. And so I did at the same organization that Flo was at. There was this creative or art director role that came up, and I interviewed for it, and I was faced with a decision. I couldn't do both. I made the decision to finish whatever weddings were scheduled for that summer, and then I closed up shop and
raised your own support.
At the end of the day, it was God that had led us there, mm-hmm. and God that had completed that process of, this was going to be it, and He provided those funds mm-hmm. in pretty darn good time too.
Yep, because it being our biggest fear ended up, again, just confirmation that this was where He wanted us to be, because we were always at 100%. Every single paycheck for 8 years.
Yeah, the entire time we were
The
there.
entire time. And that doesn't happen to everyone.
One of the things during the training was that, one of the signs that you'll know that maybe this is not your thing is if you're simply not making or raising enough support, because it's unsustainable. And that wasn't the case with us. It was clear as day.
So finally, after all this time, the stability we're looking for, the security of a regular paycheck and a job in my field of expertise, and even you, art director,
Having the newfound passions and actually landing in something like that, crazy.
yeah, crazy. So you think everything's just fine now.